Hi, welcome to the D4 Clinic. My name is Jason O'Callaghan. I'm the psychologist who developed the D4 Clinic gastric band program. I developed it in college while doing a master's degree into weight loss using applied psychology. And what applied psychology is use psychological techniques that we've tried and proven with groups of people to find out how people eat less food. People who will diet and put on the weight, people who diet, lose the weight and keep it off, people who make lifestyle changes. So over those past few years, we've analysed and studied people who basically lose weight using certain techniques and keep the weight off. And that's really what this program is about. The program was developed in 2012. It's been improved and improved and improved since. The audio files that you're going to be able to listen to, you can download them onto Dropbox onto your phone, keep them forever. I'd always recommend downloading them and saving them offline so that you don't need the internet to download them and so on. So you can do it onto your phone, and Dropbox is free and you can keep those files for as long as you want. You'll see on this package, first off, you're going to have this video with me. I'm going to explain to you, just like you would come into the clinic and we would have a consultation with me in the clinic. This is the exact same thing I'm going to go through with you right now. Secondly, you've got a printable PDF over here in the form, which I'm going to show you. This is what the PDF is. I'll go through that very briefly with you now in a second as well, because I wanted to do a new video for a while. The third thing I talk to people about is a blue plate. You'll see this on our website. We buy these in IKEA. They're €1, £1 in IKEA. No matter where in the world you are, I'm sure there's an IKEA near you. Smaller plate and a blue plate. It doesn't have to be exactly that color, but that's the color that we use. It can be a bit darker, so but a blue plate in general. So let me tell you what we're going to do. So this program is a gastric band program. The whole idea of this is that you eat less food. And you motivate yourself to walk a bit more. Now I'm going to show you how the program works, and then I'm going to explain to you with the forms that you've got printed out there, just like you would in the clinic. The first thing that we have on these forms is on the very top here, there is a load of Netflix documentaries. If you want to lose weight, you got to get it into your head, you got to educate yourself. This is not a diet, this is a lifestyle change. But equally, there is no point in you being hypnotized to eat healthily and then you've got no healthy food in the house. It's a waste of time. So what I need you to do is read through this, print it off, read through it off. The first thing you'll see is on the top here, there's a number of documentaries on Netflix that I recommend, that I find very good for educating yourself. It's educating yourself about what your body does, why we crave sugars and fats and foods, why we overeat. It's a lot of evolutionary stuff, a lot of stuff done by really clever people. So it's really good stuff to watch. So there's a list of documentaries. Next thing is 1 or 2 books that I recommend. I personally use Joe Wicks's book, The Body Coach to Lose Weight. I use the first one, which is the red covered one. You can get it in any bookstore anywhere around the world. He's sold 2 million copies. Why I find this really good is a lot of people out there who want to lose weight don't have time to cook, don't know how to cook. Joe's book is really handy because Joe's book means, it's called Lean in 15, which means you can cook everything in 15 minutes. It's very simple food, very easy food, but it has to be nice food. The idea with weight loss is you got to eat food that's nice, because if not, you're not going to stick to it. So I also recommend 1 or 2 other mentions. I use some of Jamie Oliver's books. You just need to be able to learn to cook. I'm afraid there's no other way around this. You got to learn to cook, because the only way you're going to lose weight is by eating less and moving more. First off, we got to figure out to change the mindset with hypnosis to get you to want to eat less and eat more of the healthier foods. But also, you got to learn how to do it physically. So what we're going to do is documentaries here, suggestions of books here, and at the very bottom it gives you some mentions about takeout food and so on. I eat takeout food all the time. I just don't eat what I used to eat when I was overweight. I would eat a lot of Thai food, a lot of Japanese food. In Ireland, and I'm sure around Europe, you've got places like Chopped or Tossed, these type of places where they make healthy salad bars, really nice tasting food, but also very healthy as well. So that's another thing I want you to do, is have a look through that there. And then the last thing here relates to our blue plate. Now, psychologists have shown this, it's a secret. I want you to think of any fast food restaurant, the sort of well-known brands. What you'll notice is none of them use the color blue. The reason is blue is a natural appetite suppressant. Why is it an appetite suppressant? Because for millions of years there was no blue food. We didn't have to hunt for blue food. Blueberries are practically black, right? So there is really no blue food there. So what you're going to notice is this: there is no blue food. Now, because there's no blue food, your body and your mind turn off. And look up online a picture of a blue chicken. It just looks disgusting, so you're not going to eat it. So what I want you to do is get yourself a blue plate. Like I said, this is the one I use here. I'm 15 stone, I'm 6 foot odd. I eat all my meals off this blue plate, right? Because the contrast in food and plate color of also, you can look this up on Google. I'll always say to people, there's a lot of research showing that if you put like white pasta on a big white plate, you'll eat more of it. But when the plate is smaller, the food tends to be piled higher. As it's piled higher, we feel like we're eating more of it, right? Secondly, when food goes off, it goes blue. Think about cheese, think about meat, it all goes blue. So it is a natural appetite thing. And as I said, think of any fast food restaurant, and what you'll find is that most fast food restaurants don't use the color blue because scientists show that you eat less food. So I think if you can do this, if we can eat less food by just changing the color of a plate, let's just do it and give it a try. So smaller plate, what we call a fish side plate or a side plate, and color blue. That's your first thing to do. Secondly, watch your documentaries on Netflix. Thirdly, get your man's book, Joe Wicks's book, watch the documentaries, start educating yourself about why you're overweight, what you're doing wrong, because a lot of stuff you're probably doing you might think is right, but it might be wrong. So science is the key behind this. On the second and third page of this, you've got two little pages here, one, and then you got another one, two. These are sort of some weight loss tips that I've given you, some tricks and tips that we've learned over the years that are kind of handy to have. The people who've lost a lot of weight with me will use these tips and they're handy to have. Next thing here is a little list of all the foods we snack on and all the calories in them. Now what this has got to do with it basically means you cannot out exercise a bad diet. Ask any gym instructor that's listening to you. You can't out exercise a bad diet. What that means is that basically from now on, every time you have a bar of chocolate, that's an hour of walking. So unless you're running marathons every day, you're really going to have to start looking at your food. When it comes to that, a lot of the time in psychology, what we see is people will reward themselves for exercising. You're probably saying, oh, that's me. So what I want you to do is, every time you go for a walk, don't go and have a muffin and a cappuccino to thank yourself. The walk was 200 calories. The muffin and cappuccino was 800 calories. You would have lost 600 more calories if you just stayed at home. So the key is not to reward yourself for going for exercise. The key is really to plan more about eating. And then don't rush home from work to go to the gym for 2 hours and have a takeaway on the way home because you have no time to cook. That's just a waste of time. If you're working, walk on your lunch hour. I'll always recommend to people. Walk maybe on your way to work or home from work. Get it into your day so you're not getting home at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening and then having to go for a long walk. When I bring you back to your white plate, your blue plate again, what I want you to notice is there's a few little methods that I've shown you. And again, I've written everything down here. So even though I'm Irish and I speak very quickly, hopefully you'll pick all this up. At the bottom here, I've said how I want you to use your blue plate. Let me demonstrate to you like I would if you're in the clinic. This is your blue plate. This is you having your dinner. Do not eat in front of the television, the computer, the phone anymore. Eat at your kitchen table. Have no distractions when you eat. When you eat at the kitchen table, sit down, put your food on your blue plate, sit at your kitchen table, put your knife and fork up, knife and fork down, in between bites. Knife and fork down, in between bites. Just slow down a little bit. Chew your food a little bit more, 10, 20 times in between bites. This just slows down the process. Slows down the process. Now, when you're hungry, you release a hormone. It's called ghrelin. It tells you that you're hungry. When you're full, you release another hormone. That's called leptin. Here's the trick. After you've had this meal, leave something on the plate. Get out of the habit of clearing every portion. Then all I want you to do is I want you to wait 20 minutes. Yeah, just wait 20 minutes. So you've eaten your dinner, get your plate, put it away, wait 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, if you're still hungry, go back and get some more food. But you won't be hungry because the ghrelin will be gone, the leptin will have kicked in, and your stomach will go, I'm full. If you're full, you're not going to eat more. But most people eat too much, they eat too fast, they eat unconsciously. Stop doing that. You'll reduce your food intake by using this blue plate and this method by 50%. You can guarantee me that. Next thing I have on our list here, on your handout that you're going to print out, is a little checklist system. So I know I talk a lot of stuff, I know I explain lots of different things. So what I do here is I've given you a little checklist system. These are the days of the month here. These are the 5 things I want you to do each day. 5 simple things to get you to lose this weight once and for all, like I've done and all the people I've helped around the world have done. First off, prepping your meals. There's no point in being hypnotized to eat healthy if you've only got chocolate biscuits in your house. You need to prep. You need to go, where am I going for lunch? Is there going to be some healthier options around where I work? Am I bringing stuff to work if there's no healthy options? Do I have stuff for dinner tonight that I'm going to be able to cook when I get home? Do I need to pick up something so I can cook that recipe that I want to do? Do I have stuff ready in the morning that I can have a breakfast? If you don't eat breakfast, your metabolism doesn't start going, and by 10 or 11 o'clock, you suddenly get really hungry, and the first thing you do is go for the muffin, the cake, the scone. So the key is breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 healthy meals a day. If you want the real ultimate advice, eat your main meal at lunchtime. So research shows you'll even lose more weight that way. Walk on your lunch break, walk on the way to work, home from work. Walking is the only exercise I recommend. If you're a gym person, a class person, that's fine. But walking is proven low impact, burns a lot of calories, can be very good for your mind as well. It will reduce anxiety by around 47%. So prepping your meals, number 1. You have to have healthy food to eat. Number 2, listening to the hypnosis. So on this program, there will be 6 tracks that you'll be able to download over here. 6 tracks. You download to Dropbox. It's called the Gastric Band Program. This is the way you do it. Now, the Gastric Band Program was originally on CD. We've moved it now to obviously Dropbox and MP4. So assume when I'm talking about CDs or so on that I'm talking about the tracks there. So what you'll see is 6 tracks. You will do a track week 1, day 1. Do that track for a week. There's a booster session. We used to recommend doing the booster session every day. If you feel the need to do it every day, it's only 10 minutes, do it as well every day. If you don't have time to do the full session every day for some reason, just do the booster session. The key ideally would be to do a week of session 1 and a booster session every evening, a week of session 2, a booster session every evening, and so on until you get through 6 weeks. But if you find the booster session is all you need, great. If you find that session 3 or session 4 or the gastric band visualization or the gastric band tightening session works best for you, use that one. All that matters is that you're eating less. The hypnosis just creates an awareness. So A, prepping the meals. B, listening to your hypnosis. C, using a food diary. Why do we recommend using a food diary? Well, here's the secret. Every single person that you've talked to who's gone to Weight Watchers or Slimming World or wherever, they've said, write down what you eat. The reason is, again, psychologists have shown people who lose weight and keep the weight off, keep track of it. It just creates more awareness. So I've done you up a little list here. This is a special food chart that we have in the D4 clinic. You weigh yourself once a week. You write down everything you eat. Now remember, this isn't a diet. This is a lifestyle change. So you write down everything, and we all slip up. I slip up every day. But what I want you to do is at the end of the week, when you've written out everything you've eaten, you've been honest with yourself, at the end of the week, you'll see down here, you can write down, right here, how many slip-ups you have. So let's imagine at the end of the week, you had 20 bars of chocolate, 5 glasses of wine, who cares? A week later, you try and have 10. You try and have 5. That's the way I want you to do this. Reduce, reduce, reduce. The motto we have here, I want you to get into your head, you see it right there. Just because you slip up, don't give up. That's what everyone does. They start on Monday, they slip up on Tuesday, they say, oh, I'll start again next week. Don't do that anymore. Focus right now. Every day we all slip up, but we keep going, and that's what the secret behind this is. Last thing you'll see here on our little list, instead of I go through it, the last thing you're going to see is about a bit of exercise. So as you see here, oops, where is it? There it is. Use your blue plate. Do a bit of exercise, walking. If you want to do a Joe Wicks workout, if you go swimming or walking, whatever you do, every step is a calorie. That's the way we think about it now. At the end here, I've given you a simple chart right in this one here. I'm not too sure if it's on the printable one, but it's just basically some advice on how to walk. Go for your walk. 30 minutes down the road, 30 minutes back. The people I've seen who lose huge amounts of weight don't just do the hypnosis, they do a bit of walk to get rid of all that fuel. So that's your blue plate, that's your PDF that you're going to print off, that's your 6 sessions. Remember, I'm always online on the D4 Clinic Facebook page or website. We're always here to help you. If you have any questions, don't worry about it. I know I'm not able to get around the world to help everybody because we have a huge amount of sessions been sold. You can read our stories, watch our videos, do everything online. Remember, this is a step. It's a step to change your lifestyle. It's a long-term lifestyle change, not a diet. Every one of us, including myself, used to lose. I'll show you something. I keep this on my desk. Whoop, this here. This is me 5 years ago, at 20 stone. Big pudgy boy. That guy there, when he had a treat, he would have a cup of tea and a packet of biscuits. Now I can have a cup of tea and I can have just something small, just something quick. I still have a treat, I just don't have as many treats. I try and cook every day, I try and walk whenever I can. I just try and be a little bit healthier. Once you lose the weight, it's easy to keep it off once you keep these new habits up. After 12 weeks of doing this tracks, doing this hypnosis, your behavior should be changed, your new habits should be formed. I hope this helps you. I hope you have any questions, please contact me. Remember, it is an ingredients of a cake. It's a program. It's designed for you to work in the long term to change your behavior. If you have any concerns, if you're epileptic, psychotic, on psychiatric medication for things like any serious issues, you should really talk to your GP before doing hypnosis, because hypnosis does relax the brain. You're also going to realize that hypnosis, you will know where you are at all times. You are not going to be jumping around like a chicken. That's the stuff in movies. It just changes your behavior a little bit and creates an awareness. So when you walk into the shop, you don't pick up the bar of chocolate, you pick up the apple. I hope it works for you. I hope you enjoy the program. Any questions, please get in touch. Thanks very much.